Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. This is going to be a tough test for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, a very tough test. However, insider Chris Johnston with some late breaking news here. Big news developing in Edmonton, hearing that Connor McDavid will return to the Oilers lineup tonight against St. Louis. McDavid has been sidelined with injury since March 20th, so definitely a welcome sign for the Edmonton Oilers to get their captain back. Hopefully it's not a case like Trent Frederic where he's coming back too early. The Oilers were set to play with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen tonight, as I'll go over in the video in a few moments. But yeah, I'm excited to see Connor McDavid back. The rumor originally was that he was returning against the St. Louis Blues, and it looks like that news will come to pass. Nothing official from the Edmonton Oilers yet, but it looks like Connor McDavid returns tonight against St. Louis. The Oilers emergency recalled Noah Philp from the Bakersfield Condors yesterday. Really have to feel for Bakersfield Condors fans. That team is even further depleted than the Edmonton Oilers are right now, so it definitely didn't help taking Noah Philp away from them, but the Oilers needed it. Unfortunately, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with an illness is unlikely to play for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. We know Calvin Pickard has the start tonight against the Blues with Olivier Rodrigue backing up, but this will likely be Olivier Rodrigue's final game with the Oilers, at least for now. Stuart Skinner is expected to be back on Friday to at least back up Calvin Pickard against the San Jose Sharks. The Edmonton Oilers can clinch a playoff berth tonight if they defeat the St. Louis Blues in any fashion and the Calgary Flames lose to the Anaheim Ducks in regulation. Well, that's all I have news-wise, guys, but as I always do, my good buddy Jack, who's a St. Louis Blues fan, did a little interview with him for tonight's game, gives you some prep on how the St. Louis Blues are looking, updates on Dylan Holloway, Philip Broberg, talking about that 12-game winning streak for the Blues. You can check out my interview with Jack right here.
Hello everyone, my name is Jack. I am the Blues fan that's been talking with Patrick since last summer after the Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg offer sheet, and I'm here to answer some of his questions today from today's matchup between the Blues and Oilers. I've seen him grow tremendously with the Blues. He's been a mixture between the first line with Robert Thomas and Jake Neighbors and the second line mostly with Braden Shen and Jordan Kyrou, and he's been a point-per-game player since the hire of Jim Montgomery on November 24th, and he's been playing incredible with us. And I'm looking forward for him to being a Blue for a very long time, and looking back on it, I think about how we acquired him, and the Blues only gave up a third rounder for him, and I think to myself, I was like, how did the Oilers front office get to this point? And you know, you live and you learn, you move on though, but I've been very pleased with Dylan Holloway as I see him growing with the Blues. I've been very impressed with him, the way how he's able to defend in general and not create a lot of opportunities whenever a team enters the offensive zone. And not only that, he's able to create rush opportunities for the Blues. And he's a very swift, smooth skating defenseman. And he's a big guy as well, 6'4", like 210, 215. And he reminds me a lot of like Josh Morrissey in a way. And I think he said it before, he has no regrets of signing with the Blues because he's wanted to show what he's capable of doing, and I'm seeing that this year. I've been very impressed with him. I see him being a Blue as well for a very long time. He's probably going to get a 7 or 8 year extension coming this summer. I would say they never gave up or stick together. I mean, 4 of the wins from the 12 games were come from behind wins, including one of them against the Red Wings that I was at with my father, a sister, and friend, where there was less than 30 seconds left, and they were able to tie it in the final 30 seconds by Kyrou, and were able to win it in overtime. and this is where, they never gave up. They're with each other. Also, as well, I think the biggest story is Robert Thomas. He's been the best player in the league since returning from the Four Nations break. He now has 37 or 38 points in his last 23 or 24 games, including 20 points in his last 9 games. So I would say just everybody in general, including big players from Robert Thomas, as well as Dylan Holloway. He has 15 points from the 12-game winning streak. So everybody in general just contributing, and special teams has been doing very, very well. I think the biggest takeaway in general was from the Four Nations break, as Jim Montgomery had his little mini camp, and he was able to turn it around. So looking forward to playoffs. Score predictions from today's game. Both teams are still wanting to need a points because, the Blues could clinch a playoff spot today with a regulation win. In this one, the next one against the Kraken, or the next one against the Utah Hockey Club, but they're going to need help from whoever's playing Calgary. So you could go 4-3 Blues, you could go 4-3 Oilers, but Oilers are in need of points right now because I would not want to play LA right now at Crypto.com Arena. Their record is insane at Crypto.com Arena this year. They're 29-4-4 last time I checked, and they're just dialed in when they play in Los Angeles. So, it could go either way though, but the biggest question though I think is the return of Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, since I know they've been battling injuries. So, but I would not want to rush them though, since considering though Edmonton's got to have a big matchup ahead against the Kings again for the 4th time in a row in the first round. So, we'll see. But if both teams are in need of points, because Blues could become hot again when they take on eventually the Vegas Golden Knights in the first round. So we'll see. Thank you for having me again, Patrick, and looking forward to doing more here soon. Hopefully, maybe round 2 when we could have a round 2 matchup between the Blues and Oilers. Take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again to Jack for giving us all the latest on the St. Louis Blues. That's all for me for now, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the matchup tonight. Do you think the Oilers find a way to take down St. Louis? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.